Hello, welcome to today's webinar. I just launched a poll. Let me know, is this your first time here? As I've seen some new names, I can see. Okay, great. Yeah, there are new names here. So let me tell you more about what we do. We have a daily webinar where Jin will be walking you through his thoughts and ideas for a very specific currency for each day. Monday is the Aussie New Zealand, Tuesday is the Euro, Wednesday is the pound, Thursday yen and gold, and Friday the Canadian dollar. Now, today it's Tuesday, so Jin will be speaking about the euro pairs. As you'll be taking us through different time frame, this webinar is going to be very beneficial to both long-term investors and short-term traders. During this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, highlighting potential targets and risks. However, a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Now, quick introduction to Jin. Jin is the founder of LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase. Jin runs LCMS Traders, where he teaches traders how to trade Forex and how to be consistent and profitable. And of course, Forex Briefcase, which is our managed account service, where Jin trades at AUM of more than 11 million USD on a daily basis. Jin has always also been invited on many stages globally, such as Hong Kong, Bangkok, and Singapore as well, to give really his views on the Forex market. Now, let me run a second poll right now, and let me know how did you get to know this webinar? Okay, how did you get here? Let us know about this. Right. So while you are doing this poll, I would like to take this opportunity to share with you more about LCMS Traders Club. Let me give a share the screen. Okay, so LCMS Traders Club is a private group on Facebook where we teach, guide, signal, and coach you to be a better and more profitable trader. This is place to be, regardless of whether you're new, experienced, part-time, or full-time trading. Now, if you have joined us from the Telegram channel, which I see many of you are, you have been enjoying our trade signals absolutely free. Now, your question you might have is that when you are told when to get into a trade, you do not know where to exit. Now, in a Traders Club, we not only give you the signals earlier than the Telegram channel, we also tell you the strategy behind the signals, actually guide you on where to exit with specific reasons, so that in the long run, you not only will earn from the signals, you also learn how to trade better. Now, if you look here, yesterday we issued a sell signal of pound USD at 1.3727 with a proper stop loss and as well as the 3 possible take profit targets. And you can see here in the comment, we have give you the reasons why we took a trade of looking at the sell pound USD. And not only that, when hit TP1, TP2, and TP3, we will inform you as well. And not only that, okay, this one is at TP1, it reached the TP1 of 20 pips. We have suggested to you to secure your profits, which is to close your profit and keep the profits. Right. So now, if you want to learn new strategies or require some coaching, we also have members only live Zoom sessions on Monday and Wednesdays evening. On Monday, right? On Monday, we have a weekly live call with Jin, where we run through trade ideas, teach you new strategies, update you on recent market and economic developments, and most importantly, as well as we will also go through many topics and the questions you might have, trading related questions. Jin will really help you answer your questions. So it's really an opportunity to pick Jin's brain on pretty much any trading related questions you might have. Now, on Wednesdays, we run live trading sessions. You can see here, we run live trading sessions so you can trade together with Jin and see how he trades on a shorter time frame, looking at scalping or how to look for the market to leave overnight if they need be. Right. Lastly, we have a wide range of analysis we have for the club members. We have the weekly currency correlation table. Here. You can see here, a weekly currency correlation table. It's really very nice. We also not only have this, we have breaking news, daily watch list, everything providing you the best information, shortcutting your way to your trading success. Now, how do you join this fantastic group? It's only the paid subscription of $199 a year. The link will be posted up in the chat group. You're going to do is tradersclub.lcms.com.sg. It is a paid subscription of $199 a year, but really it's only $1 a day, less than $1 a day. Now, really, if you're facing any uncertainty in your trading or taking any risk on your trades, you definitely need to join this club and to get some guidance towards profit and take some coaching and get some coaching to improve your confidence and strategy immediately. Now, if you haven't done so, make sure you click on this button right now. So while those who are trying to subscribe right now to this Traders Club, let me hand over now to Jin for the analysis of the euro pair.
Right. So thank you all. Yes, Arthur, we just saw you join. So thank you all for turning up today, talking about the euro dollar. Just because I feel like it, going to do something a little bit different today. The guys don't know what I'm planning to do yet, so it's gonna catch everyone by surprise. So thank you all for turning up. At 11:30, in 20 minutes, we're gonna have the Aussie RBA rates decision and the rate statement. So what I will actually be doing now is I'll be rambling on for a good 20 minutes talking about the news, talking about the euro, talking about all kinds of stuff. And then I will be guiding you through, or I will be showing you, how I look at the trading the Aussie dollar news, Aussie dollar rate decision at 11:30. Okay, so I might be rambling on a little bit for the next 19 minutes. Bear with me, but at 11:30 we will be trading live here together. I will show you how we look at the Aussie dollar on that rate decision. Can I get a response? Would you like that? Put it in the chat. If you are watching us on Facebook, join us on Zoom. Would you like a live trading session? If anyone says no, I don't have to do it. So just letting you know, I don't have to do this. All right. So again, before I get to that live trading session, or eventually get to that live trading session, again, that disclaimer, I will be trading live on my live account. I most likely will be entering trades. If you are getting onto any trades together or similar trades as me, do take note of your risk management. Do take note of whether you've decided to enter a trade, whether to buy or to sell. Make that decision on your own. I am just showing you how I trade, making my own decisions. All right. So I'm not going to be responsible for any losses that you incur, but I will very happily take credit for any profits that you make. All right. So looking into the, well, I've caught myself by surprise deciding to do this live trading session with you guys. So I'm just setting up some stuff as well. Okay. So looking at the news, let's go through the euro dollar news first. So today is Tuesday, looking at the euro dollar. For those of you who are just turning up right now, we got 17 minutes to the Aussie rate decision and rate statement. I will be trading that live with you guys later. So bear with me as we go through the euro news. Euro for today, there's a GDP number coming out. No change. And if you've gone through my 4-day course, you will know that I don't pay too much attention for the Eurozone in terms of the GDP number. So I'm not too particular about that. I would actually be more focused on the PMI numbers tomorrow for the Eurozone. Again, though, not much change expected in terms of PMI. The UK numbers coming out on Thursday might have some impact on the Eurozone. The UK rate decision might have some impact on the Eurozone, so something to pay a bit of attention to because of that correlation between the pound and the euro. And then you can see not much other news for the Eurozone. Okay, so because of that, not a lot of news happening in the Eurozone, some PMI numbers, and then the UK rate decision on Thursday evening. Because of all that put together, looking at the charts, that's the Aussie, I'll get to that later. Looking at the euro dollar chart here, On the H4 time frame, we've seen that it's reacted very strongly to this 1.2145 level. Last week when I spoke about it, I said it will go up, hit that 1.2172 level and turn down. And it's done exactly that. It's done exactly that. It's gone up, hit that point, and came down to that take profit level, upwards and then downwards, breaking to this level. At this point right now, with no real directions coming from or no real economic data coming from the Eurozone, I do think that we might actually see it sit across a little bit and eventually go back up to test that 1.2145 level. Okay, so we might actually see that sit across before going up to test that 1.2145 level until later in the week on Friday when we have the US non-farm number. Okay, with the US non-farm number, I'll tell you more about that in detail on Friday. But at this point right now, it looks like last week it's bounced off this point back towards resistance of 1.2145. 2 weeks ago, it's hit this level and bounced back up to that resistance again. So I'm expecting similar move. I'm expecting at this point at 1.2083, you could be looking at a 30 pip stop loss for a 50 pip take profit. Okay, it is not a big risk to reward ratio kind of trade, but it does look like something that could move back up towards resistance. This might not be a trade that you will set and forget. This might be a trade that you want to set and manage a bit more closely, but this might bounce back up. With that said, after looking at the euro dollar, we look at the euro pound. Okay, so looking at the euro pound, if we expect the euro dollar to be moving up back towards that resistance level, I might anticipate something similar for the euro pound. Expecting the euro pound to bounce off this 8822 level back towards the 8855 level might be a possibility, but you can also see that that's only a 30 pip move upwards. So because of that, you can see that I've not been very keen on the euro pound, primarily because it depends on how the euro dollar is performing. It depends on how the pound dollar is performing to relate towards how the overall euro pound is going to perform. So with all that put together, I'm not super keen on the euro pound, right? I will pay a bit more attention to possibly the euro dollar moving back up towards that 1.2145 resistance level. Any questions so far? Anything you want to ask? Okay, Daniel with the summary, good stuff. All right, so with that, what I want to now switch over to is before that. Okay, what I want to switch over to is to tell you more about, as we wait for the news to come out on the Aussie dollar. I'll get to that very quickly before the news comes out. But to tell you, the link is there already, forexbriefcase.com. If you are not already a member, get onto forexbriefcase.com. Hit there, go through the details. This is why we actually trade on your behalf. The trading team trades on your behalf. We are 800 over clients across the world, $12 million since we started in September 2018. 82% returns since September 2018 already. At this point right now, if you need any help with your trades, if you need additional income, head on to forexbriefcase.com so that we can help you manage your account. All right, that short advertisement aside, looking at the news coming out, this is the Aussie dollar here. Aussie dollar, we are looking in 11 minutes, the rate decision. Okay, I don't expect any changes in terms of rates. They are most likely going to hold at 0.1%. In fact, I've already spoken about this yesterday during the Aussie analysis. Rates are probably going to hold at 0.1%, or most likely going to hold at 0.1%. what you actually want to pay more attention to for this news is the rate statement. Okay, it's a rate statement. So how do you get the rate statement? You actually go into the Reserve Bank media release, and actually at that point you will get the monetary policy decision being released at 11:30 today, showing you last month's analysis or rates decision there. You know, a lot of jargon, and this is where a lot of people will go through it and go, wait, I don't understand anything about economics. I'm not reading this. You don't have to read all that. You know, two things you have to do, or three things you have to do. One, attend this session so I can guide you through it. Two, get onto Forex Briefcase so I can trade it for you. Or three, listen to this. All you have to now pay attention to is looking for those lines. At this point right now, given the outlook for both employment and inflation, monetary policy and fiscal support will be required for some time. So they're going to continue that support. The board will not increase cash rate until actual inflation is sustainably within the 2 to 3% target range. So they're not looking to increase interest rates, cash rates, interest rates, not looking to increase it until inflation is at the 2 to 3% target range. At this point, the board is not expecting to increase for at least 3 years. Board will keep the size of the bond purchase under review in light of the overall outlook for jobs and inflation. So I'm hoping to read the same things here. I'm hoping to read on at 11:30 the same things here, where they're not looking to increase with until it hits the target. They're not expecting to increase for at least 3 years. What this means is the Reserve Bank of Australia is projecting. They're projecting an upward move. They're not talking about a cut like the Bank of England is possibly going to be talking about a cut of rates into negative rates territory. The Reserve Bank of Australia is looking at an increase in cash rates when inflation hits the target. They're looking at an increase of cash rates for at least, not yet but for at least 3 years. So they're still looking at an upside. If they do come out with that kind of commentary later in 8 minutes time, looking at the charts, this is the Aussie US on the H1 time frame. Looking at the charts here, that talk about upward, that talk about increase in cash rates. As interest rates increase, we might see some strength come around for the Aussie dollar. So I would still expect it to wait for it to break above that 7666 resistance level. If it does break above, then my plan from yesterday still holds. The plan from yesterday still holds. I'll still be looking to buy about at 7676 towards that 7730 level, 50 pips upward move. You can do a 20 pip stop loss for that upward move. Many reasons why I'm super excited today, apart from the many coffees I've had, is at this point right now, we could actually be looking at, if it breaks above that resistance level, that's a good 50 pip upward move. If the news comes out and it rejects this resistance level, it rejects the 7666 level, we could actually see that downward move for 30, 40 pips, or even up to 60 pips downwards. This is sitting at that resistance level where you can actually take advantage of either that upside or that downside move. Okay, so as we are 7 minutes into this leading up to the news, do you have any questions? Put it onto the chat. Thanks, Jet. Someone will get in touch with you. Anyone else? Any questions? Actually, put it in the chat. Will you be entering a trade? Or are you planning to enter a trade with this Reserve Bank of Australia news coming out in 6 minutes? Only 1% has responded to me. Good stuff. That is very important, to let price move first. To let price move, let it decide. Let price tell you whether it's going to break that resistance or it's going to reject that resistance before you jump into a trade. So I like what you're saying, what some of you are saying. Okay, so that was a little bit of a trick question when I said, are you jumping into a trade with this news? One of you did answer correctly is, don't anticipate that you have to jump into a trade. Let price tell you whether jumping into a trade will be a good idea or not. So we've got 6 more minutes to the news release. Okay, 6 more minutes to the news release. At this point right now, again, another quick, I'm full of advertisements today. So another quick advertisement. We shared this with the Traders Club members last night. I'm looking for more people to head onto forextradingasia.com, get on board, read the analysis, put up your interactions with the analysis, get points to earn your Amazon gift card, or even better yet, join us as an author. So put in your trade ideas, put in all the commentaries or the ideas that you might have, the write-ups, the strategy, and then I will be responding to all your ideas and your write-ups and your posts so that you learn not just with your trades. I can actually guide you through your own analysis. Okay, so I swear that is the last advertisement that I have. Okay, I'm just trying to fill time as we wait for the news to be released. As we wait for 4 minutes to pass, Daniel, do you have anything to share with us? No, I'm just kidding. At this point right now, you can see that on the H1 time frame, the Aussie US dollar is climbing up towards that 7666 resistance level. I am, quite keen on still that upward move. Looking at it on the M15 time frame, in 3 minutes, this 15-minute candle is going to close. We're going to see whether the next move is going to be the upside move. Definitely tune on. Wait for the candle to close on the M15. Usually for Traders Club members, I will be looking at this on the M1 time frame. But if I did the M1 time frame now on this currency call, then I think I'll confuse more than half of you guys. So I'm sticking to the M15 at this point. How do you like this? How do you like this impromptu live trading session? Let me know. I do try and keep everyone on their toes. It is impromptu, I guarantee you. Neither Daniel nor Jinwei knows that I was planning to do this. In fact, I didn't even plan to do this. It just happened. Syrian's only disappointed it's not euro dollar. Good stuff. So if you like this, I'm gonna say make sure you turn up every day 11 o'clock. You don't know what I'm going to do because one of my main purpose is to keep surprising you. Okay, so 1 minute to the news. So at 11:30 exactly, that's when the news will, the rate decision will be released. The statement will be released. a lot of times, people don't like trading news because they get lost and confused. So this is one of the main things I really like doing, because you trade because of volatility. When you get volatility, it's during the news events. So it's all about knowing what to do, being guided through this whole process. And this is really just a snapshot of what we do. If you really like this whole live trading session, again, remember to join the Traders Club. We do this all the time. I do trade the US market. The US market is later tonight. I sit here and trade all the time. So it says my internet connection is unstable. So 11:30 right now. Rates is held. Rate is held at 0.1%. Okay. Okay. Before I even get to see the statement right now, showing you the charts, we've seen the Aussie dollar hitting that 7666 level and rejecting that point. This is on M15 time frame. You see that rejection already. At this point right now, this is the M15. So if you're looking at the M1 time frame, sorry, I said I wasn't going to go, but M1 is a lot more interesting. At the M1 time frame, it is outside Bollinger, so I anticipate that we could see it bounce back up, which is doing that right now. So this actually highlights you don't want to try and be that first one to jump in. If you jumped into a trade, you would be selling at that point, and then now you'll be suffering some losses. So be a little bit more patient. Wait for it to bounce back up. Wait for that trading setup to occur. Okay, you can see it dropping. I can't get my statement up. So just to share with you the statement here, they're holding rates at that point. Scrolling down to the bottom, you can see that why the Aussie dollar is dropping, because that statement has changed a little bit compared to the previous. Although they do say that will not increase the cash rate until inflation is at the 2 to 3%. For this to occur, wage will have to be higher than it currently is, requires significant gains in employment and a return to tight labor market. Does not expect these conditions to be met until 2024 at the earliest. So they've changed a little bit in terms of what they said previously, where they're saying, we're looking at a 3-year time frame for further increase. And then now they're also talking about more funding, more support. So it hasn't purchased the support for that point. So all of that, it's changed from that previous view. It's changed from that previous view in terms of what was, we're going to increase in 3 years. We're going to increase if if it hits inflation target. What it says here is that although will not increase the cash rate until it hits. But for that to hit, wages must increase, employment must increase, we must have more labor, tighter labor market, and this is not expected to happen until 2024. So it feels again at this point a little bit more negative. What you might be looking for right now on the M15, if you're looking for that trade, a little bit too late. I do anticipate somewhat of a bounce back up. Or if you wanted to jump into a trade, taking a little bit more risk, you're looking at a 20 pip stop loss for that 20 pip take profit. or even up to a 30 pip take profit. It is sitting right in the middle of that position. I would anticipate a little bit of a bounce because you can see on the M1 time frame, more likely to bounce back up towards about that 7650 level before we could anticipate a better selling position. All right. Um, what's the best time frame to trade for daily? Well, daily trade, the daily time frame. So daily trade. Look at the daily time frame. So statement from Reserve Bank is considered slightly dovish. It's considered slightly dovish, not hawkish, because they are talking that hey, we might increase, but there's a lot of things that needs to happen before we are thinking about increasing. That's why you've seen the Aussie dollar drop. Okay. At this point right now, I would look at the price to close off within maybe a couple more minutes. Okay, looking at it on the M5 time frame, M15. So I anticipate this to sit across, turn back up a little bit. I do expect it to turn back up a little bit before further downside. Um, we've seen that big drop already. If it keeps dropping above the plan, yes. If it keeps dropping above the plan, or if you're a little bit more of a risk taker, you could be looking to sell now, roughly about now, below 7635. You could be looking at 7635 downwards for a quick scalp. Wait, let me zoom out again. Below 7635 for that quick scalp for that about 20 pips downward move. At this point right now, I really want to remind you all that you make sure you manage your risk, manage your trade properly. If you are not familiar with how to scalp, then probably avoid doing that. Make sure you jump onto the Traders Club, and then we can guide you through those scalping sessions as we do the live trade sessions every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, we go through a live trading session similar to this at 8 p.m. GMT plus 8. So that's the US market leading up and starting. So we should get a little bit more volatility to trade during those sessions. All right, so I rambled on for more than I should have today already. At this point, if the Aussie dollar does continue to that downward move, 7635 below, look for that move downwards to 7610. You could be looking at a good 20 something pip downward move. What I would do now is, for me, I would say, hey, I'm going to sell at that point. Take profit at about that point, and then my stop loss, I'll keep it quite tight, maybe at about that 15 pip upward. So 15 to about 20 pip, that would be a trade that I would jump into. Okay, so with that, I'll leave you to trade. Make sure you trade well, trade safe. We'll catch you again tomorrow as I guide you through the pound dollar and leading up to the pound decision, the Bank of England's rate decision on Thursday evening. With that said, I think that's annoying to pass it back to Daniel to end off. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Okay, what is unexpected live trading sessions? Really must thank Jin. Caught me my attention focus a lot as well. So let me launch a poll. Let us know what you thought of these fantastic sessions today on live trading as well. So for those who are new here, a couple of you are, a recording of this video will be uploaded on the LCMS Traders YouTube channel. So thank you for joining this session today. So tomorrow it's a Wednesday. So Wednesdays we'll be talking about the pound pairs. So looking forward to see you then, same time tomorrow. Bye.